Hello, I'm Jomika, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. This is episode 16. This is a continuation from episode 15. Last episode was split in half because it was just way too long to upload and for you guys to enjoy. So I kind of left a little cliffhanger, and we're going to go ahead and continue this episode right now. All right. We are docked up. I kind of messed up because I forgot the H and N were the keys that I wanted to use and not J and K or whatever other buttons I was using. So now we want to set this as target, and we'll go ahead and fine tune closest approach. We will create a node. That is a pretty terrible node. It's only 45 delta V, so we do have plenty. Yeah, that'll be this. We can turn this engine off. Shut down engine. That's what we wanted. We can go ahead and retract that. And actually, I'm wondering, yeah, we'll keep that, because we can do some science experiments near the Space Center. Maybe we could take that off and do all that stuff. So what we're going to do is point at the target. No, we're not going to point at the target. We're going to set the target, which it is. Yeah, why don't we just execute this node? I mean, that's totally fine. It is 45 meters per second in orbit of Kerbal or another bigger body. You kind of want to set it up a little bit better, just so it doesn't shoot off as fast, because it's a high percentage change in your delta V. But since Minmus is so small, we don't have to worry about it too much. So we can warp to here. We'll quick save on our way. And we're going to point target, the velocity minus. So our target is 83 meters per second difference, which is not very much at all. We can go ahead and warp to here. And really, we don't have to worry about it too much. We'll come to the map. We'll come here. We'll watch that, and then once we get close enough, we can have whoever is in there just kind of EVA to us. We don't have to actually dock with the other ship. So I think it was 2 kilometers was the closest. So we'll bring that down to 0. And then we will point at the target. So we can just point at target now. We don't have to worry about it. And we will head towards the target at 5-6 meters per second. And then we will point away from the target, just so when we get close, we can reduce our speed to 0. And we can have the other Kerbal transferred to us. So we will just let this sit here. So 800, 700, 600. We're not perfectly pointed at this vessel, but that's okay. We'll get close enough. And then once it starts to get further away, we can go ahead and burn to kill our velocity relative to the pod. That looks kind of cool. And then kill that. We'll point right at the target. And we can get a little bit closer again. Our orbit should match exactly, since our relative velocity is 0. So if we just left this here, we would both orbit around Minmus, basically right next to each other. One of us is a little bit further away than the other, so eventually we'd get further apart. But for right now, we would stay pretty close. And we can just check the orbits here. Yeah, I mean, it's basically the same. So again, we will get pretty close. And it's going to be a lot of this for this episode, or the rest of this episode. Just getting very close, docking, and then just fine-tuning and doing all that. So we're about 70 meters away. I think that's decent enough for an EVA space flight. But we'll just wait. Get a little bit closer, as close as we can. I think we can go ahead and kill this here, because I think if we get any closer, our engine exhaust is going to actually push him away. So we'll switch to you. You are in here, so we can go ahead and EVA. You're an engineer, which we don't really need. And we'll turn RCS on. And we will go towards you. We'll set you as our target. Can I? Yes. So now we're pointed directly at the target. We just want to make sure that we don't hit any solar panels, because that would be not great. So we can grab that. And we'll get close. And then board. We want to board, not hit V. So now we have rescued you. The next thing we want to do is advance transfer to another planet. No, that's not what we want. We want this guy. We can't even set you as the target. But you are the target we want. So we want to, maybe we could fine tune closest approach. Create node. Yeah, you gotta be the same sphere of influence. So we will manually do this burn. And you are rotating this way. So we want to do a burn around here. And we'll do prograde. That seems wrong for sure. Actually, I mean, that's right. Oh, but you're going the opposite direction. That's why you're having an issue with that. Yeah, so that's right. And then we'll continue to burn prograde. We want to make sure we head off directly in that direction. And it's only going to take us like 30 meters per second to escape Minmus. So let's go ahead and bring that way down. What is this? We'll keep that open. 2 million. $1 million. And we want that about 125. So there we go. We will execute that next node. I'm not going to worry about it. We'll quick save here. And we're going to have plenty of delta V to do everything we need to do. We may not even need this stage up here, but we have it just in case. So let's go ahead and jump forward. We will get to our space station and we can play it from there. So we are pretty close at this point. We're going to go ahead and decouple. If I can find it. Where is the decouple? Unlock. There we go. So we have one Kerbal in here, one Kerbal in there. And our target is still set. We're going to set that to, let's switch over here. We are going to retract all the solar panels. Just because we don't need power right now, we're going to stop the science. We're on data. No, we have 7 science out of 500. So we're not going to worry about any of that. Retract that, retract that. We are going to control from one of our docking ports and make sure we are facing the correct direction. So we'll control from here. We will point at that target and we will target plus. We can enable this. So now you will always face directly at the target. And you are going to do the same, which it looks like you already are. So we can go forward and we'll turn on our RCS now that I know H and N are the numbers or the letters we need to use again. And we have hit it and you are going crazy. Oh god, wrong button. So let's try this again. Turn off the RCS. I am having a terrible time with this. There's too much thrust here. Alright. So you are pointed directly at the target. We will wait a little bit. This is like, I think, probably the hardest thing in Kerbal Space Program. Is just docking with another vessel. Let's point directly at the target again. And then velocity minus. Yeah, because we basically had it last time, but we hit it too fast. So we'll point at the target again. We're going 0.6, so we'll turn on our RCS. Just make sure we're pointed directly at this guy. And there we go. That was much easier once we're going slower. So now we can do the same for this. We will set that as our target. We'll switch over here. Set that as our target. And we'll point directly at the target. We'll give it some thrust. Activate engine. And we do have RCS. Let's go ahead and move all of this fuel. Is it Alt? Shift? Not Shift. One of these buttons. There we go. We need to take this all in. because I messed up on the fuel lines, and that should have happened earlier. We still have tons of fuel, so I think we're okay, but I really wanted to ditch these when we needed to. Make sure that the donut was full, but that's okay. So we'll point at the target. Shut down engine. Do we need to stage it? Let's quick save, because this isn't turning on. We'll stage. One more time, maybe? No, that's not right. Oh, that's what happened. The thrust limiter. So let's go back to our quick save. I mean, we don't really need those fuel tanks I just shot off, but there's no point in getting rid of them right now. So we'll point target plus. Yeah, that's fine. Much better. So we'll point a little bit further away from the target, just to bring that down, and then target velocity minus. Once we get closer, we can bring that down to under 1. So 2. There we go. Point directly at the target. And we don't really have a target, do we? Let's switch to U. And we want a docking port. Control from here. Set you as the target. Target plus. Are you out of electricity? You are. So that's going to be an issue. Extend. So we're going to have to wait until morning. So let's go minus. And we will quick save. We are still getting closer, so we'll point directly at the target, just in case. But we should be able to wait. Until you have some electricity. So let's go back to you. Target plus. There we go. Once that's done, we can switch back to you. We don't really need you attached, but I think we're just doing that so we can use the science. Okay. There we go. So 0.6. This should be a good speed. Quick save here. There we go. Everything is connected now. So we can turn off that. We will actually just kill the rotation. Which one was it? Not the maneuver planner. Smart ASS. Kill rotation. This one. There we go. Now we can do all our science stuff. So let's go ahead and observe that. Put that in there. We will check out all of our experiments and put all of those in. And this is actually going to be full now, it looks like. 741 data of 750. So we can actually leave this attached for a little bit. Actually, no, we're not even going to do that. We are going to take you, whoever's in here. You are, I think, the guy with the B. We're not going to extend that solar panel. We can extend that one. And also that one. So who is... I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter who we take out. But we'll go ahead and EVA you. Actually, you were the wrong guy anyways. So we'll board you. Was it Jeb? No. It was Bob. Yes. EVA. So we will go ahead and observe the mystery goo. We will keep the experiment. We will take all of this data. And then we are going to let go. Go ahead and turn on our RCS. It's hopefully not hitting any solar panels. And we want to find the door. So we can place all of our experiments inside here so we can wait. Grab that. Store all the experiments in there. And Bob, I think we'll send you back home. So let's let you... Can you transfer people from here? Transfer crew. Yes. So we will... Where are you? Transfer crew. Nope. You're in here. Transfer crew. Bob. To there. Who else should we take home? I guess it doesn't matter. Transfer you to there. And that should be okay. Actually, let's do this. We're gonna ditch this in orbit. Do we want that? Yeah. First, how's your fuel tank? All right. We're gonna fill this fuel tank. So we'll take this. And we'll take these in. So this will take all the fuel from here. And actually that took everything already. So you have no more fuel. That is okay with me. We can go ahead and decouple. Hopefully there's no one in here. Transfer crew, no one in there. So we can unlock that. You'll be okay. We will unlock you. And then we will set you as the target. We will point you directly at the target when we get a chance. You actually have no batteries on board or solar panels, but that's okay. So we want smart ASS, target, target. That's all good. So that's 0.6. I think we'll be okay. So let's turn on RCS. And we'll try to hopefully connect to these. Turn off the RCS. Just let it do its magic with magnets. There we go. So we're in orbit here. We will kill rotation. And we are going to point retrograde. We are going to bring you home. I guess we could have... Yeah, we could have cleared out a lot of this fuel. But that's okay. Do we even have... I'm an idiot. We don't have parachutes on this. Oh my god. Alright, so what we're going to do is we are going to... We got 1600 meters per second delta V on this. We're going to deorbit our Minmus lander. So we'll do that first. There we go. Map. We will go ahead and unlock when we can. There we go. Now we'll point prograde. Actually, let's go to target. So target, point at target. And we'll just make sure we match our speed. We are going to end the episode connected to the space station. This is going to be like a 2-hour episode or something like that. I mean, it's not going to be that long, but it is going to be a long one for sure. So we will point negative velocity to the target. You're not getting any closer, so we will kill the target speed. Point directly at the target. Do the same thing again. Point away just to get ready. Kill all this speed. And we'll point at the target. So we will just make sure we dock to the space station and wait for a rescue. Which probably... Yeah, there is really no parachutes on here. That is one thing I forgot. The very last thing we need to get everyone home and call it mission successful. I'm glad I figured that out before we got back into orbit, because that would have been a disaster. So you're getting much slower. We'll just do the same thing again. Point at the target. And we will switch to you. Control from here. And try to find the other spacecraft before it runs into us. There it is. Set that as target. We will point target directly at the target. There we go. Totally realistic. Don't worry about it. And we'll just wait until you guys get closer. Are you not even... Oh, that's why. I was like trying to time warp. I'm like, why are you not getting any closer? Alright, that's probably okay right there. Slow down. Point at target. Just a lot of back and forth here. And then then we'll bring this down to under 1 once we get under 100 kilometers. Sorry, 100 meters. We're floating above Kerbal at 100 kilometers. So almost there. Speed this up again. Time warp one more time. Quick save, I mean. And we're still headed basically at the target, so that's good. Hopefully the other target is pointing at us still. And I hope that we're pointed at the correct docking port. Or our target is set for that docking port. So we can kill our velocity one more time. And now we'll point directly at the target. It looks like we are pointed at the right target. So we'll turn on the RCS. We'll slow it down when we get closer. There we go. So these two are lined, all three of these are actually lined up. And then when we get to about 10, I can slow it down a little bit slower so it doesn't wobble as much. Yeah, and the closer you get, the further they get off. So I'll just turn off the RCS so it doesn't go too crazy, and there we go. Perfect landing. So now we can go ahead and end the episode. Everyone will be stranded in space. The only thing we need to do next time is send a rescue probe up to the Space Center and bring a bunch of you guys home. Because we don't need everyone up here. We only need 2 guys sitting here processing all the science, which we're getting at 5 science per day. We can go ahead and transmit this science that is already collected. We got that 7 science transmitted home. So that's 7 more science we can do. Or spend. But that's going to do it. Actually, let's check these first. Performed a rendezvous maneuver around Minmus. Transferred crew near Minmus. Rendezvous around the Kerbal. Constructing the first station around Kerbal. Docking maneuver on Kerbal. Crew transfer near Kerbal. And saved Bob. I don't know how I got Bob from that. I saw the B and the O, I guess. Saved Barlow from space, and now he's a part of our mission. So yeah, we got all that done. We can go ahead and go to the Space Center. We'll just see how much money we have and all that stuff. But that is going to actually do it for today's episode. So if you liked today's episode, be sure to hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already and you don't want to miss any future episodes, be sure to subscribe. And we do have about $1 million and 1,000 signs to spend. So yeah, thank you for joining me. I will see you guys next time.